story of Jon Jones is a fascinating subject. A tale of true talent and hard work mixed with an appetite for partying and self-destruction. From the moment Jon burst onto the pro MMA scene, he immediately made an impression on anyone who watched him dominate his opponents inside of a cage. The comparisons to Anderson Silva came early and often.
Certainly reminiscent of the Spider Anderson Silva, thus far raining some punches down.
Interesting how it seems that Jon would end up following Silva down more roads than one. I don't think anyone in their right mind would argue Jon's talent. His fight IQ and his ability to figure things out in the middle of a fist fight are among the best we've ever seen. Jon is a rare talent with exceptional fighting abilities. But what I find most fascinating about Jon is his public persona and how he wanted to be seen by the public versus the guy he really was and is. Jon attempted to transform himself into the most sponsorship-friendly version of himself whenever he was in front of a camera or speaking to the media. This cookie-cutter version of himself famously chased down purse snatchers and never missed an opportunity to praise God and remind us all that he's not going to mess up or make any mistakes no matter what.
It was awesome, and yeah, God is really good. I have an after party tonight, but I definitely won't be drinking. It's right back to the drawing board, and I realize that there's going to be a lot more distractions coming my way, but I'm prepared for it mentally, and I promise myself that I won't allow myself to fall by the wayside. I'm way too close to my dreams to slow down or start doing anything dumb, and I won't do anything dumb. I'm gonna win this fight. It's God, man. God is just so good.
But why did he create this fake version of himself in the first place? To find the answer, I think we must first examine Jon's goals. What was Jon trying to accomplish with his career? We know that the belt was definitely one of Jon's major goals, and in March of 2011, Jon Jones defeated Shogun Rua to become the youngest champion in any weight division in UFC history. But we are seeking Jon's motivations for always wanting such a squeaky clean public image for himself, which the belt had nothing to do with. For Jon, the belt was just a stepping stone needed to help him obtain the ultimate goal, which was to land the biggest sponsorships possible. Early on in his career, he saw much of that goal accomplished. He became the first UFC athlete to ink a global deal with Nike. Other major brands such as Gatorade soon followed. Things were going wonderfully for Mr. Johnny Bones Jones. He was a champion of the world, and all was well. Then in August 2014, the real Jon Jones is revealed to the world in his true form. When video of Jon Jones and Daniel Cormier surfaces showing the two athletes in a heated exchange with each other in between television interviews. Neither fighter thinks they are being recorded, and Jon's cookie-cutter persona is nowhere to be seen. Instead, we are shown the image of a stone-cold killer.
Hey, pussy, are you still there?
I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here. You are just the fakest person. I actually admire that you can actually be this fake, and like when the TV comes on, how you can just change. It's like you're a chameleon.
Hey, listen,
it's
I'm
awesome.
I'm a professional.
It is unbelievable.
Fact that you're a pussy,
it's unbelievable.
The fact that you're a pussy hasn't changed.
It's
but I am
unbelievable. It's unbelievable how fake you can really be. Like, you are just such a fucking pussy. But you know what? Hats off to you. You got a great PR person, because they do a great job with training you, because you are just terrible. You're the fucking scum of the earth. You are a terrible human being, but you can sure turn it on, huh?
Thank you.
Then, September 2014. Jon Jones and Daniel Cormier are set to face off at the MGM Grand Arena, while promoting an upcoming title fight when things get out of hand and a full-blown brawl ensues. Both men clearly lost their cool, and the incident is seen as a black mark on the eye of the UFC. Also in September 2014, Nike effectively terminates its relationship with Jon Jones. The first pillar in the tower begins crumbling, and things only seem to become more and more unglued from there. Some speculate that Nike was perhaps unhappy with the amount of money they were able to make off of Jon Jones, and were looking for a way out of the relationship. In either case, Jones is no longer a part of the Nike family of athletes, and that particular part of Jon's dream is now over with and done for. January 2015. Jon Jones tests positive for cocaine metabolites in an out-of-competition drug test administered just 3 days before successfully defending his light heavyweight championship against his biggest rival, Daniel Cormier. Jones famously checked himself into rehab for a lengthy 24-hour visit, emerging from the other side declaring himself clean and sober and cured of all his addictions. That's got to be some sort of record. And yet, somehow, despite his record-setting sobriety, cocaine memes of Jon Jones invaded the internet and burrowed their way into MMA servers everywhere, determined to take up permanent residence.
I'm in love with the gold. I'm in love with the coco. I got it for the Lolo.
When it comes to Jon's cocaine use, Jon himself seems to be of two minds. Here are two different Jons with different thoughts and attitudes about the drug.
You know, with the whole thing, it's crazy with the cocaine thing. Ariel, look you dead in your eyes. I don't like coke. I'm not a coke guy.
I had two great
Congratulations.
back-to-back weekends. Cocaine one, your ass the next. It was great.
I tried cocaine one night, and the athletic commission's there the next day. It was just like, how in the world did this just go down? How did it happen this way? So now people like to paint me as this cokehead. And
I beat you after a weekend of cocaine. It was great.
Then, in April of 2015, Jones was involved in a hit-and-run accident which saw Jon injure a pregnant lady and several others right before he leapt over a few houses and ran off. From there, Jon ends up losing virtually every single big-name sponsor he had worked so hard to secure. When Jon is giving community service for his involvement in the hit-and-run accident, he must go to public schools and give talks to children about his experiences. Here he is giving school children his assessment of what went wrong.
I had to have a lot of goals to make my dreams come true of being a fighter. I became the first fighter sponsored by Nike. I was sponsored by Gatorade, EA Sports, Reebok. You know, my life was amazing. It was absolutely amazing.
It is at this point that the veneer of Jon the Boy Scout really begins falling apart. Jon still doesn't seem to be able to speak entirely honestly about his actions. However, he eventually admits in full that he was knowingly crafting a fake version of himself for the public for many, many years.
As you know, your persona has always been a hot topic with the media. Is he the good guy? Is he the bad guy? Should he act this way? Should he act that way? Now,
They call me fake, right? For a while, everybody thought I was fake. And
was that accurate? Were you trying to be someone you weren't?
I think I was. I think I was being extremely fake, you know. Growing up, I always looked at, Michael Jordan and like Tiger Woods before his controversy. I looked at these guys as being the ideal champion. I thought I had to never swear in an interview, even though with my friends I swear all the time. I thought I had to dress a certain way and act a certain way and be a certain way. And I was afraid to be myself. You know, when people were looking for inconsistencies in my character, they were there plain as day because I wasn't being Jonathan Jones. You know, I was trying to be the guy, the Gatorade guy, the Nike guy. I was trying to be the face of the company instead of just being myself.
I personally like the real Jon Jones a lot better. The main reason is because at least we know it's really him. At least we don't have to wonder what's really going on.
Johnny Bones, a.k.a. Sexual Chocolate!
My name is Jonathan Jones. My fight name is
Sexual Chocolate!
I am a 8-time world champion. You see short clips of me on the internet, and you come up with all these assumptions of who I must be.
New York State registration document.
True honor. Dude, I wonder if this is that fighter's car.
Who?
Jon Jones?